And we're
And we're
live.
live.
This has been
a challenging
technical
technical morning.
So
So to our audience who have been patient with us, thank you so much for being.
I'm convinced that
when things happen like this,
we must have something
powerful to share.
That the enemy don't want them to know. We're not gonna have that. Well, thank you so much. Joining
Money Beyond.
My
name is
B.
I am the owner of
a
coach
for ADHD who improve their habits and daily money so that they can live breakable life. They feel confident that mindset, the systems and the resources to have anything that live a life where making the choice that's best for them. And I am joined here by my friend all the way over in Nigeria. And I would love to introduce yourself.
All right. Hi, Betty. Hi, how are you all doing? So sorry we are coming behind schedule. The devil wanted to play some funny games. Trust me, he didn't want this project to go on. Prior to just coming out on the platform, I was with my group, my community, and we're talking, we're exchanging ideas, we're collaborating on some things we're going to share on the platform. And then all of a sudden, boom, everything went blank. Everything went off. And we started, praying and working towards, but we are back. And thank God we are back. So yes, my name is Nathaniel Chijiokwu. The name is quite peculiar because Nathaniel actually means a gift of God. And yeah, that's the meaning of Nathaniel. And then Chijiokwu means God has a final say. So each time my mom wants to call me, she says, my gift is God's final word for me. So she joins the two names together. And really, today we have a special gift for you guys. So our gift to you guys may not be your final word, but it's a word that will definitely change your life, change your status, because we are talking about how money is simply a tool. It's kind of whatever you are. Every platform, every nation makes money, but how does this money really work? How does it move? How does it impact your social life and culture? That's what we want to talk about. That's what we are going to, and I'm so happy to be here. Auntie Betty, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to continue the conversation we've been having with both of our audiences and bridging the gap between over here where I am is America, United States of America, and over in Nigeria. So this is exciting. I'm looking forward to hearing your audience and hearing the similarities and differences from what they've learned about money, feel about money, the cultural influences on those thoughts and feelings. And I'm from my audience as well. I think we have a distorted understanding sometimes of what we're feeling from across the globe because we only experience other cultures through TV, media.
Yeah.
And getting to know you, it's been refreshing to discover that some of the pain points that I feel here are common. That the concerns we have at a certain age don't change.
Yeah.
Our parental influences are not that different.
Yeah.
And our opportunities are vast. Just this conversation alone is proof of that.
Yeah.
So you and I were having a conversation the other day about parental influences career. And I was sharing that, my exposure on television, and a lot of my classmates growing up were from the
continent
of Nigeria, and it seems to be
common,
almost shared
in like a jovial way,
is that the common
expression
you have to be a doctor,
you have to be an engineer,
and I was a lawyer. And if you're not any one of those, you're failing in life.
Yeah.
And it's a common.
Yeah.
And it makes me curious how you feel about all the other things you do and incredibly wealthy doing, and how that influences your choice or your feeling of life, and how hard it is to deviate when you choose to.
Yeah. Okay. I can go ahead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Like you rightly said, the parental pressure is the same. Nigerians don't. I think there's another digit that says a cockroach in America, it remains a cockroach even in Nigeria. So yes, the culture, the mentality, it still sticks with our parents. It didn't change no matter where they go to. And I believe that my generation, with the younger adults, we are changing that narrative because we are beginning to understand how things ought to be done with the advent of technology, with the advent of new stuff being invented and all. So the pain points, right? My dad being a pastor, my mom being a teacher, working and all. And I felt, the pressure would not be much because they were living well, but they wanted me to become a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
They insisted. I mean, they had to force. And I don't like medicine. Being a doctor, seeing blood, I become so scared and all, and I run. So, but having grown up, seeing what I'm doing, loving what I'm doing, and having conversations with them, they are changing their mindset. But it's still something that affects not just me, but a lot of young people out there. The pressure is there. We tend to rebel. They call us rebels because we don't want to go their path. They have a choosing path, and they don't want us to go through. They don't want us to. They feel being in a certain field would save you from a lot of obscurity in the future. But that's not what life is all about, actually. In my opinion, purpose is overrated. In my opinion, is there something called purpose? Yes. Is it something you should find out? Yes. I'm pushing yes. Obviously, self-awareness is one of the key things I preach. But don't become so obsessed with, it must be like this. It must be like this. Find out what interests you. Find out what you want to do with your life. And finding that early is a game changer. It was something that I didn't find early. That's why I was, before getting to college, university, I spent 2 years before getting to university because I was struggling to become a doctor. I really wanted to become a doctor, by all means. And while I was struggling to do that, I found that I love mathematics. I love numbers. I love crunching numbers. I love writing. These are things that interest me. So I began to write these topics around my name: mathematics, numbers, this. Okay, so let me can pursue a field around this, and to console them, I told them, Dad, I want to become a mathematician. I'm going to read my doctorate. I'm going to become a doctor of mathematics. So when my dad heard that, he's going to become a doctor. He didn't feel okay. He's not the normal doctor I wanted him to become. He's going to become a doctor in another field. So they were like, okay, no problem. So, but it was a struggle. It was a big of a struggle. And finding what works for you takes time. It does take time, but you eventually find it. That's one thing. You will find it, but just learn to go through the process. Learn to not over pressure yourself. The pressure was going to come, definitely, but the internal one is what's going to destroy more than the external. When you allow it get inside of you, it breaks everything about you. So that's how you overcome such pressure.
So something you said
really stuck out to me. Two things.
One is when you said there's a lot of pressure that you have to pursue it this way.
Yeah.
Right? It made me think
that
when somebody
imposes,
or even when you
impose on yourself
that in order for you to be successful,
you have to be a doctor. You have to do it this one way.
What happens is
you don't leave much room for God.
No.
Because you've decided
that there was only one way
for your life to
look like,
and or be blessed.
And perhaps
God needs you
to take a completely different way
to demonstrate
to us
that God can do
what He wants.
That He can do impossible.
He can make impossible possible.
And it wouldn't
look like God
if you became
successful as a doctor. It would look like you did it.
Yeah.
And so I think
those of us who
grew up, believing in God. That's an important thing to think about. Are you leaving space for God to work?
And you decide no other way.
Yeah.
The other thing
I heard you say was
I know that I was
really good at math and I like
numbers
and it really think of
me and
my child as well.
And it made me think of
the Bible verse that talks about
train up a child
as way they should go.
And whenever
I read that growing up, I used to think it meant
train up
a child in a way
like the moral way
they should go.
Right?
And when they grow up,
and one day
someone said that to me with
an inflection
on a different,
and it said train up a child in a way they should go. And the distinction was that each child has a unique way they are supposed to go.
And it's your responsibility as a parent
to train
that child
in the way
they are uniquely purposed to go.
Which means this
child may be
supposed to go
this way.
Another child
is supposed to go
that way.
And
it's your responsibility
to
notice
their talents, the skills, their
purpose that
God placed in them.
And pour
and cultivate that gift.
So they can be
released into the world. And of service in that way.
You have no choice
but to become
successful
when you are in
the will of God
of your life.
And God leaves clues to what your will is simply by
what you're
Yeah,
so by
forcing someone into something that God didn't give them a single thing.
Yeah.
A single clue. But go be a doctor.
Yeah.
God was like,
you think I gave him all these math skills?
I need somebody to do math things to help
the doctor.
Yeah.
Does it
serve
to be a doctor
and not know how to make?
Because there's a
lot of really broke high income earners.
A lot.
So let's talk about that. And
before we get into that,
audience, can you tell us if you can hear us well? I meant to ask at
the beginning if you guys are hearing that.
You can leave us in
a comment.
Okay. So while they are commenting, I'll just go on. Yes. Yes, living your life to God is actually the best way. I mean, mention of how I found out I love this, I love that. Now, how I got to know I love all of that was because I got close to God. Right? I made mention of my dad being a pastor and my mom being a teacher and all in ministry. And there was not this personal conviction while growing up until I had to get so close to God. And finding out what I really love. There's a lot of things I really loved, but I had to ask God, like, really, really, which one do I do better at? Which one do I really, really excel at? And it was God through several revelations, through visions that brought all of these things to me. Now, going back to the question you asked, yes, there are a lot of broke doctors, broke ass nigger doctors, broke ass nigger lawyers. Brooke asked me good engineers. Sorry, I'm using this curse word.
I love the
honesty.
I mean, there are a lot of them. They are much, even right here in Nigeria, because and yet, the funniest thing is the African parents, they see these things, but they feel there's this prestige, this honor. You're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're an engineer. So they feel you should go for it. That's it, that's it, that's it. I really don't know why. I really don't know why, but it's there. And if you're doing something else, there's this stigma that comes with it. And this is where the trusting in God comes in, because you're rebelling, you're going against all odds. You mean no the first point of contact while you came into the world was your parents. They supported you, they encouraged you, they pushed you, they took care of you. Now you're about to do something you really want to do, something that will satisfy your soul. They're against it. It's like the whole world is against you, because this was the first word you met. So the very first word you met are against your own dreams. It's going to crash you, break you, and everything. But trusting God is the icing on the cake. You may not know how, but you just take from one step to the next step. From one step, it's amazing. Just earlier this morning, I was not this morning. Yesterday, I was actually in a conversation with someone, and he asked me, why am I a Christian? That was his question. I was like, look at my life, right from when I was, a baby till now. You can literally see an invisible hand writing. I mean, left from by my own personal judgment, I should have failed. I should not be here. Literally, I should not be here. But there's got to be a God somewhere. I mean, is it intelligence? I'm not. I'm not even half intelligent. Is it money? I got no money. Is it this? I got this. I got nothing. But God, in His infinite mercy, people have sat with, people have had conversations with, things I've done. I mean, there's got to be a God somewhere, and this comes from self-awareness, knowing who you are. Your identity starts in Christ first. From there to knowing who you are, understanding what you're doing, understanding your soul, your emotions, your will, your power, your strength, your weaknesses, and then utilizing your opportunities. And that's one thing that the constraint of being a doctor, a lawyer. I'm not against those professions. There are people who are excelling those professions. There are people who are doing quite well. There are people who are, without those professions, will not have good medicine, will not have, good judgment, will not have good roads. Yes, those professions are good. But if God is not bringing you into that profession, don't stress yourself. Don't push yourself. Don't go into a profession because of money. Remember, this conversation is about money cross over borders. Don't push yourself into a profession because of the financial influence alone. There's something more. That's just it.
That's an important observation. How long did it take to that point where you had that?
Oh, I think I made a post on this. It's been 6 years now. It's been 6 years now. It didn't come all at once. Even right now, I'm still not yet there, but I got a clue. Yeah, that's the best I can say. I got a clue. And one of the things that people want to know, how do you get, because people say, oh, go ask God, go ask God. It's you asking God doesn't mean it's going to come immediately. That's one thing.
or at all. Because you're assuming you know
yeah,
what God wants for you.
Exactly. At some point it could be your mind even talking to you at some point. But having your heart feed with God's word, God's promises especially, it starts from there. No matter the mistakes you make, no matter where you fall, you are rest assured that God has a plan for you. It starts from there. So it gives clues. It drops tiny tiny droplets here and there. It gives clues.
And I think that your talent and your
skills,
your talents, particularly that you didn't have to work hard to add,
are
one of those
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And not
yes.
even just talents, because we always
want to see like
good things
as a group.
But sometimes the things
lost
are the group.
Yeah.
So for example, I have ADHD. I was late diagnosed. And I've been a coach for a while now. But I recently changed coaching women with ADHD specifically. And what makes me qualified to do this work is I understand on a personal level what people are struggling with when they're trying to manage money and they're dealing with some of the problems that but I wouldn't have that insight if I didn't have that. It is a thing about me that could see as a doubt that I get to see and so I'm curious about anything that you experience growing up that seemed like a hardship or something you struggled with or something that you felt like was wrong that actually has sped up your ability to do the work you're doing.
Yeah.
Have you experienced anything that you're like,
yeah,
this qualifies me, but
yeah. I mean, me getting the financial space was something that... You what? Can you hear me very well?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I said, me getting to the financial space. Yeah, I made mention of I was good with numbers, mathematics, and all, and I read math in college, and now I'm doing more of talking and writing. Yes, it was funny how I got into the financial space. I came across an article one time. It said a lot of Africans go to church because of poverty. And then the notion the international community has over Africa is that an average African lives so poor, so beggarly, so bad. And I was, when I came across that article, I was like, that's not the reason why I go to church, because I know I was going to church for something way, way different. I was rebelling against my father. So I was going to church for more understanding, more satisfaction for my soul. I wanted to do something I really loved. That was not why I was going to church. I was going to church because of money, because I knew creating a value system, money would definitely come. And besides, I was living quite well, so I didn't see money as a problem. And I made a lot of young people too. They were also making that same mistake. They were trying to rush to get the result to show them that, yes, see, I'm here, I've arrived. That's instant gratification in their mind. So when I saw that whole bad experience growing up around my people, around a lot of young people who were transiting to the workspace, transiting to the creative economy, the creators economy now that they call it, and you see them pressured, want to get the followers, want to get this, want to get the endorsement, the sponsorship, and I'm like, no, that's not why I'm a Christian. That's not why I want to go into God. I'm a Christian because I want to get satisfaction for my soul. There's something empty that I really want to feel. So seeing that pressure, I began talking to people. I began reading books. I remember buying my first book was Currency Wars. It's an old ancient book.
Currency?
Yes, Currency Wars. Yes. It's an old book. Currency Wars, Richest Man in Babylon, Common Sense Investing. I was reading a lot of books, and having read these books, there was still something missing. There was no place where they addressed how a Christian is to behave in the marketplace. What was the purpose for a Christian when he gets money? Because I believe, this is my belief, we can have strong Christians who are multi-trillionaires and still doing God's work. That's my belief, that's my pursuit for life. So when I began talking about this, a lot of people were against it. They were like, "Oh, it's bringing something else. It's pastor's son. He wants to come and create something else in the church." all of this, it was even advocating for my dad's. When my dad pushing me to become a doctor, I was like, my dad was like, you see. So I had to even like run away from the church. I had to tell my dad that I'm going to a new city. I want to go start up something quite different for myself, something I really want to do. So all of those experiences were bad. Trust me, it made me, it reduced my esteem because I was believing something that nobody else was believing. I was I was alone for a long time. I was really, really alone for a long time until they started seeing, little results, little social proof here and there. I mean, just last week, one of them in church, one of the young guys in church called me and said, "Oh, I make over so and so amount in within a short space of time, but I don't know where it goes. It just just like that." I was like, "Yeah, making money is easy, but managing it, multiplying it, that's where you need knowledge."
Right.
Right.
Making
Yes.
money is
Making
easy.
money is easy.
Yeah.
And infinite.
Yes. There are a lot of things you can. I mean, there's an abundance of money. That's one thing
Because it's currency.
because it's currency.
Yes.
It never actually leaves.
Yes,
It's just exchanging hands.
Yes, from one hand to the other. It moves in circles. And most people, young people especially, don't believe that. They think cash is king, but I don't think cash is king. Cash flow is king. As long as it keeps circulating, it's
Please help
the audience understand different.
yes. Okay, this is it. This is different. Cash, all right. I can sell my shoes for cash. That's one time thing. All right. But if I can set up a system where I don't have to be the one always there doing the buying and the selling, I can set up a system such that automatically it's even if I'm there or not, people will still buy the shoes. So that's first of all building a name, building an integrity. With that name, you can now begin to sell your product. That's cash flow. Cash flow keeps on coming whether you are there or not, whether you are responsible for the system or not. That's cash flow. Cash can come in only when you are there, only when you are physically present. But even when you are not there, will cash still come in? Even when you are not around, will cash still come? These are questions they don't ask. Even when I leave the system, can it sustain itself? As long as the system can continuously sustain itself, can move around from one hand to the other, there's cash flow in the system, then you are king. Then you can assume, oh yes, because this guy he has a transport system, right? He has little tricycles that go out to go get stuff for him. So the day he doesn't monitor them, they crash land. Nothing works. The day he doesn't go out to say, oh, where's my money? He doesn't go out to drag for money. Nothing comes in for that day. So I said, okay, you are making money, but you are making money that is not you're not at peace. You are spending your time for money. You need to set up systems that will save you time, energy, and money. And that's where cash flow comes in. You need to set it in such a way that you don't have to be the only one there doing the whole thing. You can set up an office. They go remit. If they don't remit, you don't have to be the one that will have to, follow up on it. Somebody else can do that for you. That's cash flow. You don't have, you sacrifice a bit of your own earning to pay someone that will do that for you. So if you can now have enough time to face other things. So even if that one doesn't bring in anything, the other businesses you're going to set up will bring in something for you. So it was like, oh, okay, yeah, that can work. Yes, because you want to become so greedy, you want to get everything for yourself until you are there. You want to get the whole money, get a portion, pay somebody, set up a system, let the system, work itself, and cash should keep on. There's a flow. It's moving. Then you are faced with other things. So these are things that we young people, I did not get it in time. I'm not trying to say I'm a saint. I got it. No. I did not get it in time. It's just continuous evolution, continuous learning. Cash flow is king, not cash.
So what I like about the distinction is if you even think about actual bodies of water. A lake.
Okay.
It's doesn't move. And so mold. And you don't want to drink from water.
Yeah.
But if you drink from a spring, where the water. That's the clean
you
can drink from.
Yeah.
That when things are flowing, it's healthier.
Yeah.
And we have a mindset and we think it's hoarded.
Yeah.
That is
how we'll grow.
No, yeah.
And there's a difference between saving for the purpose of investing and hoarding money.
Yes.
If you're just holding on to it,
that's the lick.
Yeah.
But if you're accumulating water to invest in your growth, you understand that it's cyclical. And it's going to return to you larger. But if you aren't willing to invest in things, then you are going to be working forever. And that's not sustainable. At some point, your physical body is not going to be able to do the work.
Yeah.
So you have to be willing to spend money to make money.
Yeah.
Whether it is spending money to buy a stock.
Yeah.
Spending money
on your education.
Yeah. Spending money to get a prototype or a product that you want to launch.
Yeah.
Spending money
for coaching so you can get better.
Better, exactly.
That's the investment.
Moving.
That's the flow.
Yeah.
Because you're expecting it to come back.
Come back, exactly.
But when you just
stop it,
you're stuck stagnant.
Or worse. You don't have a flow
for it to come back. You're just spending.
Yes. Yes. So yes, that's it. Thank you for making it simpler. That's actually what it is. Cash flow. It's having that system where it moves around. You're not hurting it to just keep it for yourself, for your family alone, but you're keeping it to invest into something that will bring in more returns, something that will make it easier for you over time. Yes, that's cash flow. Yes, that's it.
Right. So. What piece of advice would you give somebody who is young, a young adult, feeling the pressure of adulting?
Yeah.
Maybe they have those top three careers. Maybe they are a lawyer. Maybe they are a doctor. Maybe they are.
And they're still feeling bad because something's not right.
Yeah.
Actually, before you
even get it,
I want to address a piece of those top three.
Okay.
I imagine
that part of the reason why parents want you to do that is they want you to be successful.
They don't want you to struggle. It comes from a place of love.
Yeah.
And if they're being honest, it also be coming from a place of their own security.
Yeah.
If you're successful, I don't have to worry about you struggling. You'll be able to
help me
because I poured into you,
which is fine.
Right?
They've done a lot
to help us.
But a lot of times, there's an assumption that in this profession, you must automatically have.
Yeah.
And so
you can be making the money,
but not experiencing
or feeling abundance because it's out.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Okay. Thank you for bringing that to the floor. Yes. First of all, you personally have to understand where your parents are coming from, because sometimes it's difficult having such conversations with your parents, mostly Nigerian parents, African parents, because African parents has this mentality of anything they say is final. Tell you, do this, you do it, whether you like it or not, whether it's in your good or not, you do it, because they feel they own you. It's their right. It's their right to tell you what to do and what not to do. Now,
does that ever stop?
Do you ever age out of ownership?
Even when you are with kids, even when you got kids, they tell you what to do. I mean, my great grandma can tell my grandma what to do. Yeah, is that bad? Yeah.
Okay.
So it never stops. So, but one of the things, yes, that helped me adjust was understanding, and really, I did not understand at the time because it was my one of my friends that helped me understand this. He said, "Look, these guys love you. They don't really hate you. They hate you they would not even talk about your education. I mean, you have parents who are even talking about your education, what you should do with your life. They love you, but you see, their love is coming from a place of fear. They are afraid that you're an investment to them. When you are older, you're going to take care of them. So that's why they gave birth to you. So you have to understand that it's coming from a place of fear, and you don't trash fear with anger. Perfect love casts out all fear. That's what the scripture says. Perfect love. So you when they sound like that, you just speak love into their heart. Tell them, Daddy, I know you love me. Mommy, I know you love me. But can we think about it this way? That's one. So understanding where your parents are coming from, that most of the time they come from a place of fear. It will help you in terms of how you respond to them, because most of the time when you respond, you either respond with anger, you respond, no, I want to be this. No. If you respond with furious anger, you won't get anywhere. You just keep hitting the brake. Now, respond with love, respond with humility, respond with love to their pressure. Now, to the young woman who's out there depressed, feeling the whole pressure of trying to, start a career, start a life, and there's no support anywhere. Look, like Nike said, just do it. Nobody owes you anything. It was a truth I had to come into terms with. Nobody is coming to the rescue. So you either do it afraid or you never do it. Yes, that's how we deal with depression. I mean, I was depressed for a while, so I know how depression can be. I was depressed for more than 2 years, to the point where I was already climbing up to go commit suicide. This is the first time I'm pointing out to the public.
Wow.
I was already going to the point of having to commit suicide, because that very day, funny enough, that very day I lost a lot of. I was being greedy that day. I lost some money that day because I wasn't thinking clearly, and I was like, let me go end it. I mean, my life is already scattered. My life is this. My life is that. Let me go just end everything. So on my way to go commit suicide, a man was waiting for me. A pastor was waiting for me just at the staircase to climb to the top building, because why depressed, I was reading a lot of things about suicide, and I found out the best way. There are a lot of ways to commit suicide, but the best way to commit suicide is when you stop your brain from doing any activity. It's pain. It's less painful. If you do it through hanging, if you do it through taking a poisonous substance, you feel the pain before you die. So why feel pain before I die? I don't want to feel any pain. I just want to kill myself and just end everything. So I realized that while studying about suicide, depression, and all, and I found out that just stopping the brain, like maybe having to get something to hit your brain and stop any conscious activity, it's less painful when you're committing suicide. So I was going to jump from a building down to make sure my brain burst. So while going to climb, the man stood in front and he was waiting. He said he has never done this before. He was just waiting. He said he doesn't know why he was waiting, but he was waiting for me. And we got talking. He began talking about the love of God and all. And he brought out about the love of God from a very different angle. And I was like, why would God choose now of all times at my lowest? And there was something he said. He said, God doesn't use the best. He never uses the best. God never uses the best. If he uses the best, nobody will believe the story. Nobody will feel, oh, okay, because the guy has it all. No. God uses the foolish things to confound the wise. He uses the weak things to confound the bravest. So, like I said, you either do it afraid or you never do it. So you have to come to terms with nobody is coming to the rescue. Nobody's coming to the rescue. Nobody's coming to help you, except you take a step of faith, except you realize, you believe in your heart that come what may, God got me. Come what may, I'm going to be successful with this. Come what may, everything will be fine. The pressure is there. The pressure is there. I'm not lying to you. The pressure is there. Sometimes, it gets you so mad that, this is my classmates already doing this. This is my people already doing this. It's going to be there. It can't go away. It's the world we live in right now. But don't judge your own self based on what you see. don't judge. Scripture says, "They that compare themselves are not wise." When you do that, you sink into depression more. You sink into frustrations more. So do not judge yourself based on the progress bar you have set for yourself, because the only way you judge yourself is because you set the bar yourself. You set the standard yourself. Yeah, that's it. That's the only way you judge yourself because the standard was set by you. So do not use that standard you've set for yourself to judge yourself. Instead, judge yourself based on God's word. And God's word says He doesn't use the best things to work. He doesn't. I mean, David, Joseph, name them, Abraham. He told Abraham, "You're the father of nations." This guy was barren for years. That story keeps getting me funny every single time. You think you're the father of nations, and the guy was barren.
Moses
would have started. Yeah, tried an alternative. It didn't work. So do not set the bar yourself. There's a standard. Allow God's word be the standard, and that's how you pull out. And how I was able to pull out was because I began to think about what man said, and I got out. So yeah.
Yes.
The audience is chiming in. Judge yourself.
Listen. First of all, thank you for being
vulnerable and sharing that story.
Thank you.
Because I'm certain that somebody will listen that may feel uncomfortable with the fact that they feel that way. But I think the fact that literally has someone step in front of you and keep you ending your life prematurely is a testament in your purposes. That he would intercept that place.
Yeah.
And it also is how important this work is.
Yeah.
Because part of you felt that way was financial.
Yeah.
That somebody who is a doctor whose purpose is to solve a disease or treat no one else can be experiencing a condition that will make them decide and so they never fulfill their purpose. But because you are here answering the call of God for money ministry. You're going to be able to information that he needs his work.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Thank you.
It's powerful. If you're listening in the audience, feel free to type in the comment. Love to engage with you in real time. This is not a one-sided conversation. You guys have any questions? Love to answer
yeah.
Put a comment and we'll try to answer them.
Yeah. Okay.
So what is it like? I mean, you and I are in
completely different time zone.
10:21 here on the East Coast.
Oh, it's 4:21 p.m. here. So you guys just started your day. Our day is about to end. So.
Tell me about that.
Like, you know, a lot of times we put limitations on ourselves.
Yeah.
And we go, gosh, I don't have resources. I can't do it.
Because we're thinking about our old ecosystem.
Yeah.
And
how we got connected was
creator gig economy.
I was looking to hire someone
to do a specific kind of work
in my business, and found you and did a phenomenal job, and we just continue to build relationship
and explore our mutual passion
from
together.
And
so now it creates this opportunity
where we get money across
the globe.
What for people who are only looking in their backyard?
Okay. Yes. I think it goes back to what I said earlier about having an abundance mindset, because if you feel okay, let me bring the Nigerian context into limelight right now, right? Like the international media has a lot of oh wow, okay. Just going through the comment and somebody's maybe yeah. Okay, so oh wow. Okay. So back to what I was saying, yeah. But the international media has a spotlight on Africa and on Nigeria as being poor people, as being corrupt people, as being downgraded kind of people, right? And when you read such news, you feel, oh, there's nothing else again for me to do. They're stealing all the money. They're corrupt leaders. They are this. They are that, and you cage your mind. You cage yourself. When you do that, you can't think beyond where you are. When you feel, oh, this is who we are. When you take the standard from what you read, you begin to judge yourself by what you are seeing, and that in itself is not a work of faith. Okay, so to change the narrative, the first thing first you have to do is to have an abundance mindset. This mindset will not jump on you automatically. This mindset comes by when you pick up the news, you pick up these stories, read them, you go back into your closet, meditate, think deeply. Is this the truth about why I'm living? Is this really the story about my environment? When you compare and contrast, it's nothing compared to what you are living in. You drop it. Then you pick up a better information, because there's not all information about Africa, about Nigeria that is bad. There are good media reports on Nigeria. Yeah, I mean, the other day I was reading the news how a Nigerian born in Nigeria, only schooled abroad, recently sold his company for $12 billion. Yes. It was, and guess who bought the company? The biggest asset management company in the world. These guys control over trillion. How much? It's about 60 something $1 trillion. Yeah, BlackRock. They bought this guy's company for $12 billion, and he still has stock options in the firm. It's not just like a sellout. He still has stock options in the firm. He's still controlling the portion of the firm. So, and this is a Nigerian born in Nigeria. So when you face with negative media reports on Nigeria, on Africa, on wherever you are staying, in Asia, in Australia, wherever it is, you pick up this media report and it's not the same with what you are really experiencing. You drop it. You pick up the good ones. Feed your mind with positive news, positive information. Because as a man thinks, so he is, not so he will become. As you think, that's right now, that's how you are immediately. So what you want to think, guard your environment by what you see, what you hear, and what you say. These are the three channels to your spirit. Three ways you can be influenced. What you see, what you hear, what you say. The moment you're able to control these three things, it pushes your mind beyond where you are. You begin to cultivate this abundance mindset that I'm referring to. You begin to cultivate this big mindset I'm referring to. It helps your growth process as well, because really when you think only I've forgotten who said this, living locally but playing globally. Yeah, so you can be in your little space and affecting the whole world. It's possible. Yeah, so it starts with controlling your three environment channels: what you say, what you see, and what you hear.
Wow. So before we close out, and guys, I want you to know, first of all, I saw the message about the sound. I'm so sorry that you guys are hearing the echo. I hear it too. Nate, I just want to say, hopefully you would love to join and do this again with me again really soon. I'm thinking I would love to have these conversations with you like once a month or at least once a quarter. If you guys in the audience would enjoy this conversation and would love to continue this conversation and just have a place where you get to talk about money in a non kind of like boring stuffy way. Let us know. Because I want the conversation around money to feel like talking about it with your friends. You and I talked about this coming into it.
Yeah.
And we were like, this is not going to be like a webinar. This is a safe space for young people to gather and talk about their feelings around life and money.
Yeah.
Globally.
Yeah.
I do this with other financial professionals. If you're following me, my social media handle down here at Young Recruited. I do this with other financial professionals as well. I also have the Rootwork podcast, which you can listen to. But I've not had the luxury of having these kind of conversations internationally. So I'm excited to collaborate with you and get to know your audience as well. And so hopefully the audience will join. But I thank you guys for fighting through this echo and continuing to listen in spite of it. It says a lot about how much you really want to grow and learn. That you're willing to overcome an uncomfortable echo to get what you need to get today.
Yeah.
So applaud yourself. Thank you. And hopefully the next time we are on, we don't have this problem. I normally don't have this feedback issue, and I do not know what's causing it. We tried to figure it out before we came on it, and it wouldn't let us be great. But we're not gonna let the enemy get control and keep us from sharing. So this is part of the reason why I have been just asking questions and letting you run with it, so they're not hearing me so much. That being said, what is one piece of advice that you can give to the audience before we leave, who is just looking at their financial situation, whether they're a beginner in money or they've been doing it and they just feel something is off and they want to begin to shift. And they're like, where do I even get started?
All right. Thank you so much. I have to also apologize for the whole echo. I felt initially we tried resolving it. I did not hear it at first, but then it's continued again. So I'm really very sorry. Thank you guys for staying with us despite the echo. We're really, really very sorry. Hopefully next conversation, like Coach B has said, it will definitely resolve this. Yes, my final piece of advice, whether you're just starting or you're already making money and you're thinking of how to multiply it, or you're already thinking of how to manage it, you're already managing money, and thinking of how to now multiply it to make it bigger than it is. This is one piece of advice I have for you. Anything outside Christ is zero. So if you have that money and you have no God, bro, please reach out to me on my DM or Coach B's DM. I will talk to you about Jesus. 1. 2. Making money is easy. Do not chase after money. When you begin to chase after money, that's a problem. Money in the kingdom of God is only a tool for propagating the gospel. I mean, we being here, it's costing us money. Without money, we will not be here. So yes, the gospel, the salvation is free, but propagating it is not cheap. It's not cheap. It's not. Taking the gospel from America to Africa, or from Africa to Asia is not free, right? So you need to understand that you need to chase after value. Value is what will bring the money, not you chasing after the money. When you understand this, that, the thing I have is a tool to propagate something bigger than me, you will stop chasing money. You will stop chasing money. 3, for those who are thinking of how to make it bigger, start learning. It's not too late to start learning. So like I said, if anything outside Jesus is zero. Get to know Jesus. 2, create value for yourself. Don't chase after money, chase after value. 3, start learning. whether you're already making big time cash or you're not even making anything at all, start learning, start reading books. Reading financial books is not anti-Christ. There are a lot of scriptures that refer to money. Start reading, start learning, start investing, start practicing, start engaging, start interacting, start making those mistakes now. Wherever you are, start making those mistakes, and we'll get better as we grow.
Those are great.
Those are great tips.
Thank you.
As the host of the Root Work podcast, my piece of advice is always to do the root work.
Yeah. Which means to adopt self-awareness.
Yeah.
Radical
self-acceptance
and self-advocacy.
Yeah.
And self-awareness
because if you don't know what's going on in your life,
if you don't know
where you stand financially,
you're not aware of
how you feel,
if you're not aware
of the thoughts you have, if you're not aware of the habits you have,
you can't change
it. You can't change it. You can't change what you don't know.
And then
self-acceptance.
If you're living in
denial,
or you're aware
but you're judging yourself harshly about it,
instead of just
taking it as a fact,
that feeling
will prevent you from taking actions that
will help you.
It will be hard for you to do the third and most important step of self-advocacy.
And self-advocacy
looks like getting what you need.
And that means talking to God
about it.
You may feel
unworthy of going to God. Right?
That might mean adopting tools that are better for you. So for example,
I'm an ADHD coach with money.
That might mean
that you won't
accept that
the style of budgeting you use doesn't work the way your brain operates.
Because you're in denial. You haven't
accepted it.
Or you're judging
yourself.
It might look
like asking for help from your family and your friends. The help doesn't mean can I have money.
It means can you support me? Can you introduce me to somebody? Right? Can you join
alive with me?
Right?
If you are not aware of what's going on,
if you have
not accepted it, you cannot advocate.
If you are not
aware that you don't make enough money
and haven't accepted
it, you will not go. I'm going to apply for this job even if I'm scared.
Yeah.
You will not advocate
for yourself.
If you are not aware,
you're underpaid.
And you haven't accepted
that this is not okay.
You will not go to your boss
and ask for a raise.
Yeah.
Right.
So do the root work.
It is a very spiritual journey.
And it never stops.
As long as you
take care of the roots,
the fruit will take care
of itself.
Yep.
And that's what I leave you guys with. Thank you, Nate, for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, audience, for sticking with us. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely, lovely day ahead.
Yes.
And we will see you guys. Maybe February.
But definitely by next quarter.
You're not getting out of it.
Yeah.
We're going live again. Thank you guys. Follow Nate. Where can the audience find you if they want to connect with you?
Facebook is just my name, Nathaniel Chijiokwu. On LinkedIn, the same thing, Nathaniel Chijiokwu. On Instagram and Twitter is Unique Nate Gold. The same, no underscore, no space, Unique Nate Gold. On Twitter and Instagram. On Facebook, Nathaniel Chijiokwu. On LinkedIn, Nathaniel Chijiokwu. Twitter and Instagram, Unique Nate Gold. That's all.
Awesome, guys.
And you know what to find me. Right below my name right here is I am at Young Rich Rooted everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube,
TikTok, LinkedIn. If it's a social media place.
Yeah.
I'm Young Rich Rooted there. And download
my podcast, The Root Work Podcast. It is a conversation with me and my sister about our emotional journey that we're presently going through with life and money. And we will also have some guest conversations on there too. So
give us 5 stars. So that it gets shared. Thank y'all so much for joining, and we will see you next time. Thank you, Nate.
Thank you so much, Betty. Bye.
All right. Good night.
Good night.